Hey everybody, we are going to look at Delaware Park on Saturday. We are looking at races 1 through 8 here at Delaware Park on Saturday. There is a early pick 4 which starts in race 2 and late pick 4 starts in race 5. The pick 5 early pick 5 starts in race 1. We're going to dive right in though. Typically I give out a top 3 selections if you don't follow along every day. Top selection I recommend playing as a win in place wager. The top 3 I recommend exactas and trifectas. I don't think we'll do a pick 4 here at Delaware Park on Saturday. We'll do one for Belmont, but play them however you normally play them. Stay within the comfortability of what you normally wager, and our goal here is to give you some insight in either confidence in singling a horse if it's something that stands out to us. I'm going to read off some angles. Some races I'll go in and and look at the pace form because a lot of races are formful on paper, but there's some races that are bigger fields to find some value that we will go digging into the past performances. So we're going to dive right in here in race 1 at Delaware Park. Race 1 at Delaware Park on Saturday is a mile on the main track, maiden claiming 62.50. This is going to be one of those formful races. The 3 and the 6, Kiribon and Hearts and Diamonds, will go out to the front end in this race. Because this is maiden company, there's not much class and pace figures to look at. So with this race, I see the 2 looking at Kisses running late, who is the 3-2 favorite. The chalk, I think, does win this race, and I like Hearts and Diamonds and Kiribon to round out our top 3 with our top 3 selections. And we're going to pop over. 2, 6, and 3 are our top selections here in race 1. And looking at Kisses is the morning line favorite and in our top selection for the winner here at race 1 at Delaware Park. Race 2 at Delaware Park, also pretty formful. The 7 and 6 are the front end speeds. I think they will go out and duel, but the 7 does have a lot more class in this field than some other horses. This horse has already won 3 times out of 6 starts at Delaware Park. So the 7, morning line 8-1, I do feel will beat the top selections or the morning line favorites here and the odds on favorites. So we're going to jump down real quick. Yep, the 7, 3 wins at this distance, 3 wins at the surface for Delaware. This horse is the early speed, so I think it'll go out in the front. Morning line 8-1, going to be pretty tough to beat. The 3, I think, is going to be a horse that's running as well. Has hit the board 5 of 12 times at Delaware Park, and the 6, Shimmering Light, has not hit the board at Delaware Park, but has won at this distance. So I see it pretty formful. Let's jump over to the sheet real quick and look at the speed and pace scenario. 7 and 6 on the front end. Formful 3 right here, closing into it. Is close to the pace speed figures for this track. It has the 4, Lord Darnley, but I didn't see it in the past performances. Our top selection though is Illustrious, and we're using Shimmering Light and Tapping for Glory. 7-6-3, top 3 selections here, race 2 at Delaware Park on Saturday. Those first 2 races were pretty formful. Wasn't really much to dig into. Winners at the track already make a lot of sense. This race we're going to dive into a bit more. Race 3, Delaware Park, 4.5 furlong, maiden special, baby race, 4 fillies on Saturday. And our top selections here are the 2, 3, and 6. The 2 is our top selection. First Joke out of Practical Joke. Butch Reed shipping down from Parks with Michael Sanchez. Michael Sanchez, 20% winners at this distance and surface. There was a bullet work here from the gate for Butch Reed at Parks, 1 of 29. And then since then, a decent work, 5 of 18. And then it was buried a little bit by this 10 of 18 to be hidden underneath some decent works. But this horse has worked sharply from the gate. I think that will benefit First Joke. Butch Reed also 21% first-time starters, 25% with 2-year-olds, and 22% at this distance and surface at Delaware Park. So I'm looking at that horse. That horse is going to be our top selection. The 3 is our next choice. The 3, second time starter for Brittany Russell, gets Kevin Gomez aboard and just ran it on the front end. Kind of tired out. Did have a bullet work going into that race at Parks on May 1st, on May Day, and Brittany Russell is 22% with her 2-year-olds. So that leads me to believe they just wanted to get some race condition into that horse. As a morning line of 2-1, and then I also like Princess Peanut, the 6, first time starter. John Robb and Xavier Perez. This horse is a Golden Lad, so it's a Maryland bred, 2-year-olds. John Robb is 18%. We also have another buried gate workout, 3 of 16 right here, a decent 6 of 18. So that's buried a little bit, has trained over the surface. So we're going to use the 6 underneath. Our top selection, though, in this baby race, first time starters. First joke is our top selection, the 2, the 3, Trouble Dreams, and the 6, Princess Peanut, with our top selection being the 2 again. 2, 3, and 6 in the baby race at Delaware Park. Race 4 here at Delaware Park on Saturday is a 7.5 furlong turf race, claiming race. I'm still waiting for Saturday's Sunday's morning lines to come out to do our live long shots. This 4 though stands out to me as a live long shot. Its morning line is 10-1 and has all the speed in this race. I do like the 5, who's the morning line favorite, and the 1 underneath. The 4, though, we're going to jump into the 4. The 4, Caraconti mare, and going from a route back in April to a sprint, and Juan Arriagada is 21% route to sprint. This horse does have the late speed, so I think with it cutting back a bit, sitting on the pace a bit more, is 2 for 2 at Delaware Park on the turf in the money. It hasn't won, but has won 5 of 25 lifetime on the turf. So I see this Caraconti mare running pretty sharp, and 18 of 24 in the money. So this gal loves to run in the money and hit the board. So gonna be pretty tough to play against unless it fucking monsoons and rains and comes off the turf. But I like the 4 on top, and then the 5 is the class and speed here. I think the 1 closes into a bramble bush only because it's stretching out a bit more. The 1, this sold at mare, has closed into 5.5 furlong races. So with 2 more furlongs, a quarter more of a mile, I think she will be able to close more, and gets Danny Centeno aboard, coming back in from Laurel. Michael Gorham, 9-2. So there's some value here. I like the 4 though as our top selection at Delaware Park on Saturday. Race 4, Slime Queen with Una Luna underneath, and the 1, Bramble Bush. 4, 5, and 1 are our top selections here. Race 4, Delaware Park on Saturday. Race 5, Delaware Park, Saturday. Claiming race, 28,000, 5.5 furlong sprint on the main track. This one's pretty formful for me. The 5 is the early running speed. The 6 and 4, I think, will press that 5. Yeah, and then the 4 and the 6 will press that speed as well. I don't see these other 1, 2, and 3 coming in for a piece of it. I do think, though, that while the 6 lacks a little bit earlier speed, does have a little bit more tactical pace pressing speed. So I think if the 4 and 5 kind of duel it out on the front end a touch more than I think they will, I think the 6 at a morning line of 5-2 will win this race. Liberty Star is our top selection. I think the 5, who's the morning line favorite, it's pretty on the nose. And if we get beat by it, it'll be 8-5, 6-5. So that's fine. I'm fine getting beat by a favorite. But I think there's more value here playing these other horses that do have a little bit more of class and pace. So the 6, the 5, Mr. Cash, and the 4, the Great Kazoo, to wrap out our top 3. 6, top selection, Liberty Star, and then 5 and 4. 6, 5, 4, top 3 here at Delaware Park in race 5. Race 6 is an interesting one just because this is also going to be a live long shot for us. If you watch I'm gonna try to record it today. I'm really waiting on some of the bigger tracks. It is Friday. I'm recording this for Saturday. I'm waiting for the Sunday morning lines. It's kind of hard to do a live long shot podcast when you don't have morning lines, especially when you're looking for 6-1 and greater. But this will be on that list as well. It may not draw in, which is the only unfortunate thing. I really like this horse. There's a couple main track onlys. There's a couple also eligibles. The horse that I like is an also eligible, which is In Her Cups is our top selection. In Her Cups, this is a 5 furlong maiden special weight sprint on the turf on Saturday, race 6. This horse has sprinted a couple times at Laurel and in Maryland. This horse has a bullet workout of 5 horses, so 1 of 5. Um, Back in on May 2nd as well. Ran a bullet 1 of 2, and in April, so it's run multiple bullets since being off in October of 22. And we have a dam here that has 50% in the money, 7 starts of 2 horses, 4 of them are in the money, and it's a Dynaformer mare, Dynamatic. Which I'm pretty fond of. I think on this outside, this horse could lay off a bit, close into the late pace. It is my top selection. Morning line 12-1. If it scratches out, we're just left with 2. But I think this 11, there's enough underneath that I think someone will scratch and draw this 11 in on Saturday. With that as well, our other selections 11, 4, and 2. The 4 and 2 are the late speed in this race. Once you kind of scratch out these other also eligible kind of noise and main track only noise as well. And we're going to jump down to number 2. Is second off of a layoff. Ran a bullet work before that race. Came 6th. Was steadied a bit. And Raul Man aboard coming up from Gulfstream. And then the 4 is the odds-on favorite 9-5 morning line. Audaciousness, Munnings mare, filly, has run at fairgrounds, has hit the board 2 of 4 times at this distance, on the turf, and came 3rd last out. Switching to Mike Stidham. Mike Stidham's 21%, 21% off of a 2 to 6 month layoff. And that's our top selections. If 11 draws in, there's money to be made there. 11, our top selection In Her Cups. 2, Compass Fire to round out our top 3, and the 4, Audaciousness, is going to be tough to beat. 11, 4, 2 again, race 6 at Delaware Park. Race 7 at Delaware Park on Saturday, 6 furlong, allowance optional claiming. Pretty formful here in the 6 furlong race. The 1, 2, and 5 will go out to the front end and kind of make a race of it on the front end. They're pretty close to the class speed figures. I think the 2 will duel and hold on a bit more, but the late pace that I like that is a little bit truer to form in this class is the 3, Rob the Rich. Rob the Rich will be our top selection. I think the 2 and the 5 are the best of the rest. Unfortunately, there's only 7 horses here. The 2, much better, and the 5, well, the 5 does have a ton of blazing early speed, doesn't really have much discernible late speed to write home about, but does hang on with the pace that we'll be running on Saturday. The 3, 2, and 5 are our top selections. The 3, Rob the Rich, is our top selection. Race 7 in the feature, 3, 2, and 5 on Saturday at Delaware Park. Race 8 at Delaware Park, the finale. This is going to potentially be another one of our live long shots here. This is a 1.70-yard claiming race, $5,000 claiming tag. 3, 4, and 5 will be on the front end. The 2, morning line 8-1, my friend Linus, if you're a Peanuts or a Charlie Brown fan. And the 2 here, once we can pop over, has been laid off since September, but has won twice at the distance, 4 of 8 in the money at this distance, and has been slowly working its way back. Whatever she wants, the dam does put out some runners, so 44% in the money, 133% ROI. Is coming off a little bit longer of a layoff than I would like, but has a winning dam and also has won 4 of 30 times at Delaware, but 18 of 30 in the money. So I'm going to take my friend Linus, horse for the course, out of this Uptown Charlie Brown gelding, Maryland bred. 2 is going to be our top selection. And then underneath, I think it's the formful favorites here at Delaware Park. Let me just double check. Yep, the formful favorites on the front end, the 3 and the 5, Visual Artist and Cosmic Treasure to round out the top 3. As you can see, they're the front end speed. They have probably the best pace. This 2 though will pass on by just because it loves this Delaware Park surface. 2, 3, and 5 are our top selections, with our top selection being my friend Linus in the finale at Delaware Park on Saturday. Thanks for watching along. My name's Dave. I'm the creator of Throwstat. If you don't already, follow us on Twitter at Throwstat. Subscribe to this channel at Throwstat on YouTube. Like this video. Smash the notification icon and subscribe to get full card analysis, pick 4 previews, and live long shots is our podcast that we release for every weekend. Episode 3 should be dropping this weekend for live long shots across the country that are morning lines 6 to 1 and greater. Thanks again. Let's play along. Let's cash some tickets here at Delaware Park, and let's have a great weekend.